Hold on to your seats, Chiefs Kingdom, because the winds of change are swirling once again through Kansas City, and they're carrying with them a familiar voice, a familiar face, and a whole lot of unfinished business. Here's the question lighting up sports talk radio from coast to coast tonight. Are we about to witness another reinvention of the Chiefs' offense, and could it be the move that keeps this modern dynasty alive? Let's start with the headline that has everyone buzzing. Eric Bieniemy is back. Yes, that Eric Bieniemy. The fiery, detail-obsessed, no-nonsense coach who helped architect one of the most explosive offenses in NFL history has officially returned to Kansas City as offensive coordinator, replacing Matt Nagy. And just like that, old comments from Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce have resurfaced, giving us a revealing glimpse into how much this move really means inside that locker room. Now, before we dive into what Bieniemy's return could look like on Sundays, we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. There is no guarantee, none, that Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes will be lining up together again next season. Mahomes, of course, is locked in. His historic 10-year, $503 million contract extension runs through 2031, a deal that signaled to the entire league that Kansas City had found its franchise cornerstone, its modern-day Len Dawson. But Kelce, that's a different story. His contract has expired. He's 36 years old. He's got nothing left to prove. And retirement is very much on the table. That uncertainty alone would be enough to dominate an off-season. But the Chiefs, an organization that never sleeps, decided to strike early and boldly. Enter Eric Bieniemy. This isn't a reunion built on nostalgia alone. Bieniemy's history with the Chiefs runs deep. He joined the staff back in 2013 as running backs coach, earning a reputation as a teacher, a motivator, and a guy who demanded accountability from every player in the room. When Andy Reid promoted him to offensive coordinator in 2018, the results were immediate and historic. That same season, Patrick Mahomes erupted for 5,097 passing yards and 50 touchdowns, winning MVP and redefining what was possible in Reid's system. The Chiefs went on to win Super Bowl 54 in the 2019 season, their first championship since 1969, ending a 50-year drought and igniting what would become the NFL's defining dynasty of the 2020s. Under Bieniemy and Reid, Kansas City's offense became a nightmare to defend. Pre-snap motion, misdirection, creative route combinations, a relentless willingness to attack defenses horizontally and vertically. This was football as jazz improvisation, with Mahomes as the virtuoso conductor. And that's why those resurfaced comments hit so hard. In an old team video that's now making the rounds again, Travis Kelce posed a simple question to his quarterback. If you could pick one person on the team as your best friend, who would it be? Mahomes didn't hesitate. Not for a second. Eric Bieniemy, he said. Kelce laughed, nodded, and followed it up with, God, that's a good pick. Where the enemy's at. Running this thing like Eric Bieniemy's back. At the time, it sounded playful. Light-hearted. But in hindsight, it feels prophetic. Because the Chiefs' offense in 2025, by their own championship standards, just wasn't good enough. Let's put numbers to that feeling. Kansas City ranked 21st in the NFL in total offense, piling up 5,451 yards. They were 22nd in passing touchdowns, with just 23 through the air. And on the ground, they finished 19th in rushing touchdowns, with 15. This is a franchise that once made 30 points feel routine, that turned the red zone, the area inside the opponent's 20-yard line, into an automatic scoring machine. Last season, drives stalled. Timing looked off. Explosiveness came in flashes instead of waves. Former NFL quarterback and analyst Marcus Reed put it this way in a recent radio appearance. The Chiefs didn't lose their talent. They lost their edge. And edge, a lot of times, comes from coaching. That's where Bieniemy enters the conversation again. After leaving Kansas City in 2023, he took on new challenges, first with the Washington Commanders as assistant head coach and offensive coordinator, then at the college level with UCLA, and most recently as running backs coach with the Chicago Bears. Each stop added layers to his resume, exposing him to different personnel, different locker rooms, and different philosophies. And now, he returns to Arrowhead with fresh perspective and old chemistry. And let's talk about Arrowhead for a moment. Gayha Field at Arrowhead Stadium isn't just a venue. It's an experience. It's the roar that rattles quarterbacks' helmets. It's the sea of red. It's the tomahawk chop echoing through the Midwest night air. Opposing players still call it one of the loudest, most intimidating places to play in professional sports. Chiefs Kingdom doesn't just watch games. They participate in them. That atmosphere has fueled decades of greatness, from Len Dawson's cool leadership in the AFL days, to Derek Thomas terrorizing quarterbacks with his pass-rushing brilliance, to Tony Gonzalez redefining the tight end position long before Travis Kelce made it a household role. And now, this era belongs to Mahomes, Kelce, Chris Jones, and a supporting cast that has grown and evolved year after year. Mahomes, the quarterback, the team's play-calling leader and on-field general, has already cemented himself among the greats. Multiple MVPs. Super Bowl wins in the 2019, 2022, and 2023 seasons, capped by another championship run in 2024. His ability to throw from impossible angles, extend plays, and remain calm in chaos has made him the measuring stick for every young quarterback entering the league. Statistically, even in a down year, he still stacks up favorably against his peers. While some quarterbacks rely on perfect structure, Mahomes thrives when the play breaks down. Travis Kelce, meanwhile, has been the heartbeat of the offense. Route-running precision, unmatched chemistry with his quarterback, and a flair for the dramatic that's made him a pop culture icon, from commercials to podcasts to headline-grabbing media appearances. On the field, he's been a safety blanket and a home run threat rolled into one. Off the field, he's become one of the most recognizable faces in the NFL. Then there's Chris Jones on the defensive side, a force in the trenches whose ability to collapse the pocket has been crucial in every championship run. While this off-season conversation centers on offense, Jones remains a reminder that championships are still won up front, with pressure, discipline, and physicality. The return of Bieniemy is just one piece of a broader coaching overhaul. The Chiefs have already parted ways with 6 members of the coaching staff since the offseason began, signaling that Andy Reid and the front office aren't content with standing pat. They're recalibrating, reevaluating, asking hard questions about identity and direction. So what does this mean going forward? If Kelce returns, expect a renewed emphasis on timing routes, tight end screens, and red zone creativity. Bieniemy has always known how to put his best players in positions to succeed, and that connection with Mahomes could reignite the offense's rhythm. If Kelce retires, the challenge becomes even greater, forcing the Chiefs to redefine their passing game around younger weapons and perhaps lean more heavily on the run, where backs like Isaiah Pacheco bring a bruising, downhill style. From a tactical standpoint, look for more motion before the snap, more layered route concepts, and a renewed commitment to balance. Defenses across the AFC West, the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers, have spent years trying to crack the Chiefs' code. This move suggests Kansas City is ready to rewrite it again. As for the bigger picture, the AFC remains a gauntlet. The Bills. The Bengals. Emerging challengers hungry to knock the champs off their throne. But history has taught us one thing. As long as Patrick Mahomes is under center, the Chiefs are never out of the Super Bowl conversation. One longtime season ticket holder summed it up perfectly outside Arrowhead earlier this week. "We've seen changes before," he said. "We've seen coaches come and go. But when this team gets doubted, that's usually when they're at their best." So buckle up, Chiefs Kingdom. The off-season drama is just beginning. The return of Eric Bieniemy could be the spark that reshapes this offense and defines the next chapter of an already legendary run. Will Kelce return for one more ride? Can Mahomes and Reid recapture that unstoppable magic? And will Arrowhead once again be the epicenter of another Super Bowl march? We'll find out soon enough. And you won't want to miss a single snap. Stay locked in, stay loud, and as always, keep the faith. This is the Chiefs we know. This is the Chiefs we love. And the story, folks, is far from over.